no one ever noticed him. That was the problem. Apartment 3B had been occupied for nearly 2 years by a man named Daniel Cross. Quiet, polite, invisible. The kind of neighbor your brain edits out completely. He nodded in the hallway, held doors open, picked up dropped groceries, never caused trouble, never complained, never had visitors. In a building full of shouting couples, crying babies, and midnight arguments, Daniel's silence felt comforting, safe. People trusted silence more than noise. That mistake would cost them. The first sign was easy to ignore. A soft dragging sound late at night. Something heavy shifting across the floor above apartment 3A. 10 seconds. Then nothing. It didn't repeat. It didn't escalate. It didn't scream danger. Most residents assumed furniture, or exercise equipment, or old pipes shifting under pressure. Normal building noises. And normal explanations are powerful things. The sound returned a few nights later. Same time, same length, same weight to it. Still, no one complained. Because when something feels almost normal, people convince themselves it is. Then came the smell. Not strong, not alarming, just metallic, faint. The kind of scent you notice only when the hallway is quiet. Enough to wrinkle your nose. Not enough to call anyone. The building manager blamed aging vents. Maintenance blamed the plumbing. Everyone moved on. 3 weeks later, a college student named Mia stopped showing up to class. At first, no one worried. Her phone went to voicemail. Her roommate assumed she was staying with friends. Professors marked her absent and continued lectures. Disappearances don't start as emergencies. They start as inconveniences. It wasn't until Mia's mother drove 3 hours unannounced that the illusion finally cracked. Mia's apartment door was locked from the inside. Her shoes were neatly placed by the door. Her laptop sat open on the desk. Her bed was perfectly made, not slept in, not disturbed. Mia was gone. Supporting this channel helps keep these stories alive. A simple subscribe tells the algorithm that these cases deserve to be heard. Police treated it as a routine missing person case. Friends were questioned. Phone records examined. Security footage pulled. One hallway camera showed Mia entering the building at 10:14 p.m., the night she vanished. She stepped inside, paused, and briefly glanced toward apartment 3B. Then she disappeared from view. That was the last confirmed image of her alive. Detectives canvassed the building door to door. Most residents were irritated, half awake, defensive. Daniel was none of those things. He opened immediately, calm, courteous, almost relieved. He said he'd been home all evening. Reading, alone, no visitors, no unusual sounds, no smells, nothing worth mentioning. He apologized for taking their time. His apartment was immaculate, not clean, impersonal, bare walls, minimal furniture, no photos, no clutter, no evidence of a life being lived. It felt less like a home and more like a place waiting to be abandoned. Still, no warrant, no visible crime, no legal reason to search further. Police briefly suspected a stranger who lived across town. Someone with a prior record, someone louder, someone easier to explain. Daniel faded back into the background. Again, days passed, and something strange happened. At 3:12 a.m., Mia's phone suddenly activated. Just one ping. Inside the building. Police returned immediately. Signal tracing narrowed the location to a single unit. Apartment 3B. This time, Daniel didn't answer. Officers forced entry. At first, nothing looked different. Same clean surfaces, same silence, same emptiness. They walked through slowly, past the kitchen, past the living room, past the bedroom, and then they stopped because something felt wrong. Not visible, not obvious, just off. One officer pressed against the bedroom wall. It shifted, Barely. Hollow. They hesitated. For several seconds, no one moved. No one spoke. They stood there listening to the hum of the building, unsure what they were about to find, or whether they wanted to find it at all. Then they cut into the wall. Behind it was a concealed cavity. Soundproof panels, insulation foam, scratch marks carved into concrete. Someone had built a hidden room inside the apartment, but it was empty, recently cleaned. Too clean. A chemical smell lingered in the air. Daniel was already gone. Surveillance footage later showed him leaving the building 2 hours before the phone ping, carrying a single black bag. Investigators now believe the activation was delayed intentionally. A distraction. A final misdirection. Forensics recovered microscopic fibers, skin cells, and a partial fingerprint. Mia's, but there was no blood, no body, no traditional crime scene. Just absence. And silence. As the investigation expanded, detectives discovered something worse. Daniel Cross barely existed. Multiple social security numbers. Short-term leases across 5 cities. No consistent employment. No close relationships. No digital footprint that lasted longer than a year. And in each city, someone missing. Different names. Similar ages. Same living situations. No forced entry. No witnesses. Daniel hadn't been hiding. He had been blending. Weeks later, a highway camera captured his vehicle entering a remote desert region. Police traced the route to an abandoned storage facility. Inside one unit, they found personal belongings. Phones, clothes, wallets, not just Mia's, dozens of them, carefully organized, labeled by date, by city, by name. Still, no remains. No final proof. Daniel Cross was never found. Some believe he crossed borders using fabricated identities. Others think he disappeared intentionally into the wilderness. But residents of the apartment building still report something unsettling. Late at night, the dragging sound sometimes returns, even though apartment 3B has been empty for years. And occasionally, a faint metallic smell drifts through the hallway vents. Maintenance says the pipes are old. The manager says the building settles. Most people accept that explanation because no one ever suspects the helpful guy. And the scariest thought isn't that evil existed there once. It's that maybe it never really left. If this story stayed with you, subscribe to the channel. More cases are coming. Stories that were quiet, forgotten, and never fully explained.